Lately, I've been working on this. If you might remember, when R2-D2 sticks his arm out and like zaps this alien, he got like a taser in him, and he bzzz, in Return of the Jedi, the arm itself, the tip of it, I thought it was from a record player for the longest time, but it's actually a massive industrial toggle switch. And when you, well, first, when you remove the handle, the baseball bat handle, you get a nice threaded rod. And then when you remove the contacts, that might look more familiar. This is what they used for the arm. It's on a couple other props too in Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. And so I'm like, oh great, I can build my own thing. What if I want to build more than one? What if other people want to build it? I should mold it. So that's what I have here. This is my second mold because the first one got screwed up. And even this one, I finished the mold and then something went wrong. And I'm like, oh no. It's like a constant learning process. So I've got these, what do you call them? Pour spouts here. Now this is a tight mold. The areas in here, a lot of places for air to get trapped. So I have at least two exit gates for this. I'm going to try doing this in metal, which I'll get to in a bit. But one of my exit gates goes off at an angle to help evacuate air, but it's not the same height. So I was casting this, and all the resin just poured out right here, and nothing above here got filled. And I'm like, oh no! So yesterday what I did, I plugged these, I'm going to pull them out now, with clay, and I dribbled new silicone in that area. So now this floodgate is blocked off, which is great. And I can now take what's left over. I want an X-Acto knife. And now I can redirect that spout. I left some of it available. Where is it? Here. So I blocked off this with some gaffer tape and clay. And actually, why don't I trim this straight? Beautiful. So now this, we're going to redirect it right past these. And straight up. Let's see. Straight up. There we go. This is tough doing this with a solid mold, but you know what? It's worth it. Of course it's worth it. There we go. And I'm going to push sideways to get a scoop out here. Doesn't have to be really clean because this is just a pour spout. Or actually it's an air gate spout. My pour spout is already done. And let's see here. It's like cutting meat sometimes because it's stretchy. And dragging it sometimes gets you a cleaner cut. Which is weird to say, but it's true. Let's see. Now I'm going to run straight into the original gate. Squish it sideways here. Yeah. There we go. There's that. Huh! I don't know if you can see this now. You might be able to. But this gate now runs straight north. So, let me open up the main hole here. So now resin will fill, and then any excess air will go this way. And now this is the top of the thing. So it shouldn't pour sideways. Was that my cat or was that air? Sometimes it's really windy in our house, like creaks. So anyways, so this should fix this. This is my pour spout. It's the big enough piece. This will fill and then theoretically evacuate things the right way. I'm going to do that with this too. I blocked the gate. Let's take the clay out. It's me fixing my mistake, guys. Okay. That should do it. I'm not really inherently worried about these being in the same place, considering it's just an air gate. You know, it's not that critical. Okay. And sometimes I pull on it so that the weakest area shows itself. Show yourself. I don't know what that's from. It sounds like it should be from something. It's like when Wormtail hid himself as a rat for like at least a decade. Made Sirius take the fall for him. You know, I get being scared, Wormtail, but you're a Death Eater, so kind of had that coming. Here we go. I got another, so that's a vertical slot. Now I got to finish breaching the old thing here. Really sharp with a small tip X-Acto. That went somewhere, okay. A very small tipped X-Acto thing really helps. Okay, that should do it. It's not perfect, but you know, it's not supposed to be. It's not supposed to be. Okay. Well, so theoretically, that should do it. I'm gonna do my little flat slice here for the edge. Yeah, and theoretically, you might notice these dots here. Those are keys to lock this together. Hopefully. Yep, there's the new hole. They do line up. They do line up. That's great. Okay, now the side here, I'm not an incredible fan of how much of a gap there is there. But I don't see, a little may leak out, but it is less. Let me chip away at some more here. Just to encourage the flood to go that way. Yeah. There we go. Okay. That should do it. Oh, that's such an ugly cut. Okay. Doesn't have to be pretty. I might put a piece of gaff tape over that too, just to encourage it. Can't even tell, right? Ah. But yeah, these dots are really clever ways of keeping a mold that's two flat surfaces lined up in the right places, three-dimensionally. All right. I'm going to go put a couple pieces of oak against both sides of this and wrap it up together and then do a pour. And let's see what this turns out to be. There are lots of other part makers now for taking a collectible and making it your own, stuff like that. Wanawanga, Super Green Props, Todd's Costumes, Blaster Factory, my Etsy store, Intergalactic Parts. There's a whole bunch of stuff now. Because some things like lightsaber grips, this is extruded plastic. This is an original piece of cabinet guide. That's what they used. But resin versions of this kind of suck. So it's better to extrude it like the originals. Todd's Costumes and Wanawanga and Roman Props do that, which is pretty great. I don't know if you can see this. There are nail holes in the plastic to nail it down with little finishing nails. Yeah. Okay. This is fixed, and hopefully it will turn out like that. Eventually, I have these ingots of old solder, basically. Not like electrical solder where you, but like hunks of tin, lead, silver, metal, basically. And they're a low melt thing, so I can melt them over the stove and hopefully pour them through something like this and come up with, because this is metal. This is cast metal, this thing. Of course, it's injection molded. It's not hobby cast like this, but hopefully I might be able to do metal pulls out of this too. It's silicone, it's not sand, so it won't be forever. That'll ruin the mold eventually, but I'm going to do some resin casts to clean the mold out and to, make cheaper versions. And then we are going to see if I can pull off a metal cast. I need a better crucible. That's kind of part of this. I've only got a cast iron pot. I don't have it doesn't have a pour spout, so. All right. Here we go, folks. Here goes nothing. Yeah.